You don't hate social plans. You just feel lighter when they disappear. And there's a reason your brain reacts that way most people never notice. You see a message on your phone while sitting on the edge of your bed. The plan for tonight is still there, not canceled yet. You already start calculating how long you'll need to stay on. Part of you says it's fine, just go. Another part already feels tired from the thought of showing up. You haven't moved, but something in you already wants out. What you call preference might actually be something deeper in how your mind handles being seen. And once you see it, your reaction to solitude won't feel random anymore. Stay with this for a moment. Don't rush past it. Most people miss this pattern because it feels too normal to question. Because the first clue isn't in psychology. It's in the relief you never talk about, when plans fall through. There's a truth that almost nobody admits out loud. Sometimes, the best part of an invitation is the moment it gets canceled. Picture this. Your phone screen lights up. A message pops up. Sorry, let's do it another day. You freeze, staring at the screen for a few seconds. And then, your shoulders finally drop. The entire evening ahead of you suddenly feels lighter. Instant relief. In this moment, your brain isn't celebrating isolation. It's reacting to the removal of a social tax. An emotional effort it was already bracing itself to spend. But this feeling often comes with a hidden cost. You start wondering if something is wrong with you. Because everyone else seems to act so disappointed when plans fall through. A single thought starts to loop in your mind. Why do I feel so much better right now? The truth is, this emotion isn't sadness. It's release. And that sudden wave of relief is pointing to something much deeper than just being an introvert. Here is the part most explanations miss. The fatigue usually starts long before you even get home. Think about a group dinner. Multiple conversations. You laugh when expected. You maintain eye contact. You track every reaction. And you choose your words carefully. Behind the scenes, your brain is working overtime. It is continuously monitoring social signals, managing impressions, and meeting expectations. Put simply, it's work. That is why you leave tired, even after a genuinely pleasant evening. You start to wonder, I had a good time, so why am I so exhausted? The truth is, what drains you is often not the people themselves. It is the constant management of yourself around them. You aren't trying to escape people. You are escaping constant adjustment. And that adjustment creates a problem most people never even notice. Notice what happens just a few minutes after you are finally alone. The world gets quieter, but something else becomes louder. The front door closes. Silence replaces conversation. Your phone remains face down. No replies needed. No reactions required. No audience. In this moment, social monitoring drops and internal processing takes over. Solitude removes observation, allowing your attention to return to yourself. Without this recovery space, your mental clarity slowly erodes. A single thought forms. I can finally hear myself think, because peace is often what remains after the performance ends. And this is where most people misunderstand what is actually happening. You don't recharge alone because people drain you. You recharge alone because it is the only place you stop managing yourself. Now comes the uncomfortable part. Not every preference is wisdom. An invitation arrives. You consider going, but you already know you will decline. Not because you can't, because staying home is easier. Comfort wins. Comfort reduces friction. But growth often requires friction. The same solitude that heals you can also become a place where you stop growing. Without you noticing, your world becomes smaller. You think, maybe next time. But protection and avoidance, they can look identical from the outside. So, how do you know which one you are doing? There is a simple test. Most people never take it honestly. A trusted friend calls. A message sits unanswered. Days pass. No conflict happened. No crisis happened. You just think, I'll answer later. Be honest. Avoidance often disguises itself as preference. And because of that, important relationships weaken quietly. The real question is not whether you enjoy solitude. It is whether you can still choose connection when it matters. Freedom means having options, not hiding from them. And that distinction changes everything. Two people can spend the entire weekend alone. Only one is actually free. Big difference. The same quiet room, the same empty calendar, but completely different motivations. Solitude is a choice. Avoidance feels like a necessity. One comes from self-knowledge. The other comes from self-protection. The behavior looks the same. The reason changes everything. Confusing the two keeps people stuck. You have to ask yourself, do I want this or do I need this? Which brings us to the real reason you guard your alone time. Most people think you are protecting your energy. That is not quite it. Nobody texting. Nobody waiting. Nobody evaluating. Nobody needing anything. Nothing is required. In this moment, external demands disappear and internal stability returns. The deepest value of solitude is not isolation. It is the temporary end of expectation. Without moments like this, you slowly lose contact with yourself. A single thought appears. This is enough. The peace isn't coming from being alone. It is coming from not performing. What you call solitude is often not distance from people. It is the first moment in your day where nothing is asking anything from you. Not peace because you are alone. Peace because you are no longer managed. This is for you if your best thinking happens after everything gets quiet. Not because you dislike people, but because you notice how much of your day is spent adjusting to them. No one is missing from your life in that moment. That's why it finally feels clear. Notice something simple tonight. The exact moment you feel relief after canceling something. What do you actually feel first? Silence or release? If this made something familiar feel a bit more visible, you can stay here. There's more on how your mind behaves when no one is watching it. Some people don't need less life. They just need parts of it to stop asking for performance.